Hey everyone, okay, so firstly I'd like to thank you for purchasing the eyeshadow palette, pencil, lip collection, whatever it was you purchased. Thank you so much. I wanted to make this video, share with you some of the tips and tricks and how to use this palette, but also to thank you for your continued support for myself. As almost all of you will certainly be aware, the entire line and the brushes are self-funded, and this process has been a very long and very arduous process. It's been over now 3 years in creation from start to finish of this product. So thank you so much for sticking with me, bearing with me, and I hope that you love the product. What I want to do is just talk you through the palette and give you some insight into how the shadows were created and thought of, and then give you some tips and tricks with some eyeshadow tutorials. So let's make a start. So the eyeshadow palette is, I think, beautiful. Now it's a huge amount of product in here. There is 16.2 grams of product. You get a lot of product, and it's important that you know that, because you are buying a high-end product. You should expect to have product in there. Now the formulas are arranged in a shimmer, matte, and a celestial. Now the shimmers are very, very soft. They're not metallic or overly frosty. They're just soft, beautiful shimmers. The matte shades are beautiful. They blend incredibly well. And the celestial shades are best used with a finger and spread on the eyelid, and they give the most incredible sparkle. You could also pop a little bit of this on your cheekbones. Feel free. Now the formulas themselves are incredibly refined, and the one thing I noticed as we were going through various iterations of this product was that it's so much easier to create a heavily pigmented product because it requires the least amount of ingredients, the least amount of pressing, the least amount of trouble. But ultimately, it didn't give the best payoff in terms of application. And the one thing I kept hearing over and over again was, I just want something that looks pretty and is easy to blend on the eye. So what I did was I took away some of the pigment and added in more agents that allowed for easier blending. Now these offer a light to medium coverage on the eyelid, and they are incredibly buildable. And they are designed specifically that way. I like to think of this and the lips and everything else that's coming as extensions of watercolors, that you are able to blend them onto your canvas and have them look pretty and not have them being overwhelmed. I don't want your face to be overwhelmed with these products. I want it to enhance your beauty. And that's what's in these formulas. They're sheerer, they build, they look beautiful on the eye, and they are incredibly mistake proof because they're so easy to blend. It takes out a lot of the fear and the guesswork of eyeshadow, because sometimes if you're applying a color and it's too intense and it's too hard to blend, it can be very difficult and you kind of think, oh, I've got to wash that off now. But this doesn't happen with this palette because they go on slightly sheerer. They blend more beautifully into the skin, and they become an extension of you and your skin and your eye. Now the black shade is, I think, the most important and one of the most important in any eyeshadow colors. And as I mentioned, it's very difficult. You hardly ever find a black shade in eyeshadow palettes unless it's a smoky palette or a palette with a lot of color in. Every single one of my eyeshadow palettes that's coming will have a black shade. It is the most important shade. Now, you can use it to tightline, which I think is one of the most fundamental aspects of eye makeup. If you do nothing else, tightline. Tightline and mascara. It opens up the eye, it takes away no lid space, and most people are not blessed with huge amounts of lid space. So you get the blackest lashes, you get every amount of available lid space left, and your eyes stand out. It's that simple. Also, the black shade can be used to smoke out any single color you've got. You shouldn't have to go to another palette in order to get that one shade that can offer the biggest impact. And most people would like to transition from, say, a day look to a night look. It's easy with the black. It also intensifies every other color, which is really important. The celestial shade is beautiful. looks like glass on the eye, it just sparkles. So let me talk you through some really simple looks. First one will be tight lining, as I mentioned. Simple, use a tight lining brush, push the black shadow deep into the lash bed. Curl your lashes, apply mascara. It's that simple. It makes your eyes stand out and every bit of lid space is available to you. Now, we're so obsessed with different eye techniques, but sometimes the prettiest are the simplest. You can just apply a wash of color of the first shadow just across the eyelid. That's it. It looks really pretty, it's fresh, it's simple to do, and with the tight lining, looks great. You could also just take one of the deeper shadows in the palette and just run that across the lid. We think that everything has to be about the crease, and it doesn't. Sometimes just lid color alone is enough. But if you want to go into the crease, you can. I like to use a tissue as a guideline. I just find it easier. Just take any color you wish from the palette. I'm just going to use this soft fawn color, and you just want to blend that lightly into the crease. Very, very simple. But it starts to add depth and dimension. Now, if you want, you could make it a little bit more vibrant, add a different shade, but again, a light touch. I like to build things gradually rather than overwhelming the eye. And you can just add a bit more depth with a deeper color. And of course, you may want to really smoke it out, go for a full-on smoky eye, however you define that. So all you're going to take is the black shade and blend that into the outside corner of the eye. Use the kohl pencil, of course, as a base, and then blend that black eyeshadow. It's really simple, and you can go from any of these transitions. So you don't want to do your whole eye makeup again. You just add the black eyeshadow to the outside corner, run it across the lash line, go underneath the eye, add some kohl to the waterline, instant smoky eye. This palette to me is so beautiful because it has every look that I want in it. It's very simple, but the formulas, and I just want to touch on it again, the formulas, they're not what you're going to expect when you pick this up. They're so refined, they're so grown up, they're so easy to blend on the eye that they require very little blending, thankfully. And it's just a simple, beautiful palette. And I do hope you like it. I do hope that you understand where I'm going with this line, that your face is a canvas and everything that we're adding here is a watercolor effect. We're building beauty on your already beautiful face. We're building dimension and color and a spectrum of light. And I do hope you stay with me on this journey. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for supporting me. And I'll see you all very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.